Pranams and Hari Om. Today we discuss about worship and prayer. Worship and prayer. This is an important topic, and due to my long exposure in this specific field, I have been associated with many organizations promoting prayer, doing worship, and I have seen thousands of people practicing various systems of prayer. Some of them get the benefits, some of them are yet to get the benefits. But to my own knowledge, about more than 80% of the population of the world, all parts of the world, more than 80% of the people practice some or other forms of prayer regularly. Different forms, different techniques of prayer and worship are being practiced in different nations, different civilizations, and in different religion. In fact, most important part of any religion is worship and prayer. I have been observing this practice of prayer for a long while, more than 35 years. People have been taught right from their childhood to do systematic prayers and worship the divine beings, whatever name you call. I don't want to get into details. You call the divine being Krishna or Rama or Jesus or whatever. But I've seen that people train their newer generation, younger generation, in the systematic practice of prayer. And millions and millions of people down the ages and ages, this knowledge, this training is passed from one generation to the next generation, and this goes on continuously. Why I am telling this statistics to you is, this is an important subject being practiced by millions of people all around the world. During my association with these bodies or organizations who promote worship and prayers, I've made a few observations which I wanted to share with you today. One of the observations I have made is regarding the new generation people, members of the new generation. New generation means upper educated, who are college or university educated, who are trained to think and act by reason, by logic, and by scientific principles. There is an explosive growth in the domain of information, and more people have access to knowledge. Sitting at home also, people can learn what is happening. People can watch what is happening. People can listen to a knowledgeable person across the world sitting in their own homes. This possibility is very much there. So, this has a problem also. When the previous generation people invite the new generation people for practices like prayer, worship, etc., the members of the newer generation develop a certain reluctance. They are reluctant to the topics like faith, belief, divine. These topics are not easily accepted by the scientifically trained new generation. Another observation I wanted to share with you is the members of the new generation. I have noted that they have a tendency to be successful, happy every time, everywhere. That too, they expect instant satisfaction. There is no patience. Everyone wants instant success, instant happiness. Lesser and lesser amount of patience compared to the members of the previous generation. This again has a problem. You have kept your aim very high, your goals are very high. Of course, most of the time you set your goals and achieve your goal, very good. But the question is, when you are not able to achieve the goal, what happens? Normally, when you are denied success or happiness, and someone else sitting next to you is given success, happiness, and chances, what happens? Mostly people get depressed, sad, and they resort to suicidal tendencies. Some will take to alcohol, drugs, and so on. It is suicidal. At a young age, you are asking for a ruin. I know a large number of brilliant people who are at the verge of ruin because they are not trained to develop faith, patience, and divine techniques. Absolutely no background information about such topics. So, today I want to bring your attention to this subject of worship, Vedic worship and prayer, which were prevalent from time immemorial. Vast literature is available on worship of divinity and various techniques of prayer. There were assurances, sure shot, guaranteed results attached to some of these prayer techniques. That is why millions of people were following these techniques for years and years and years. You will come across huge places of worship, especially in India, all over the world, in Rome, in Italy, in the Greece, everywhere, in all important civilizations of the world, you will see very, very large places of worship. People used to come in thousands and they used to do the worship for ages and ages. Still such places are available. I am stating these facts so that you will pay some attention to this important subject of prayer and worship. In my coming short videos, I'll go into the details and I'll discuss with you how to pray. when to pray, to whom to pray, how long to pray. All these interesting questions systematically I want to discuss with you. So please follow the short videos, upcoming videos, and feel free to shoot your questions. I know as a scientifically trained youngsters, you may have lot of questions back of your mind. Feel free to text or ask me your questions. Thank you very much. Hari Om.